World War II was one of the most horrific and brutal conflicts in world history, and it has forever changed and shaped the world we live in today, making it an event that we regularly see depicted in various documentaries and TV shows all across the world. The tragedy and horror of World War II will remain a topic of interest for generations to come, and there is a large number of documentaries and TV shows from this time period available on Netflix, and this list will give you my top 5 recommendations of the genre and something that you can start watching right now. At number 5 we have Age of Tanks, a documentary series which focuses on tanks and their influence on World War II and how they changed the way battles are fought and made warfare a more deadly and dangerous business than ever before. This documentary has several episodes which show how tanks affected several battles in World War II. Although the general history it is trying to tell is accurate, a lot of the specific events and details about tanks and other armored vehicles can be inaccurate at times. But this show is a great way to get non-history buffs and people with less interest in the nitty-gritty details of World War II to get further interested in history. So if you're looking for a fascinating documentary series which gives a good overview of the history of tanks and their impact on World War II, then The Age of Tanks is my recommendation for you. And number 4 is Auschwitz, the Nazis and the Final Solution, which is a 6-part documentary series made by the BBC, which tries to bring to the small screen in a real and honest way the horror and atrocities that occurred in the Auschwitz camp through interviews with real survivors and even Nazi soldiers who were enlisted at the camp. This is one of the most historically accurate documentaries I have ever seen, and it makes great use of CGI, narration and interviews to make a truly gripping and engaging documentary series which does not shy away from the horrors of concentration camps. So if you're looking for a truly amazing documentary which brings World War II to your screen in a truly unique way, then Auschwitz, the Nazis and the Final Solution is my recommendation for you. And number 3 it is Hitler's Circle of Evil, which is a docu-series focusing on the rise and fall of the Third Reich, depicting how a small irrelevant Nazi party slowly gained power and influence, and through Hitler's extraordinary oratory skills the Nazi party was able to take control of Germany's government. This TV series really highlights how the small biases and prejudice in a society could make even regular common folk start harboring hate and racist attitudes towards a minority community. This docu-series has amazing acting, especially by the character who plays Hitler, as he does a fantastic job of portraying all the psychological and emotional charisma of the dictator in a truly awe-inspiring way. The show also benefits from great storytelling, narration and set pieces as well. The show does stumble at times in regards to fleshing out the secondary characters and maintaining historical accuracy, but Hitler's Circle of Evil is a fantastic docu-series which really makes viewers understand how the Nazi party grew as rapidly as it did. At number 2 it is 5 Came Back, a documentary series based on the 2014 book 5 Came Back, A Story of Hollywood and the Second World War, written by journalist Mark Harris. This series explores the experience of 5 US film directors, John Ford, William Wyler, John Huston, Frank Capra and George Stevens, and their work on the front lines during the Second World War. This documentary is unique as it has 5 household directors like Steven Spielberg and Guillermo del Toro tell the story of one director each and share how these directors volunteered to leave America and film the war on the front line. I cannot rate this documentary series highly enough. It truly does give an honest and unique perspective to World War II that most viewers will not have seen before. There's literally nothing I would critique or improve about this documentary. It takes everything you want in a docu-series such as historical accuracy, non-biased perspectives, and decent acting and pacing and nails it from the get-go. So if you're looking for a riveting documentary about World War II that will be a gateway to dozens of other documentaries, then 5 Came Back is my recommendation for you. The top spot on this list goes to World War II in Color, a documentary which depicts various major events of World War II using original and colorized footage in this 13-episode documentary. Events across the North African Campaign, the Pacific War, Eastern Front and Western Front are covered in exceptional detail, bringing the real counts of soldiers during these battles to life in a magnificent and endearing manner. World War II was one of the most horrific events in the history of mankind, and this documentary does not shy away from highlighting just how harrowing and dangerous these battles were, and how generally dangerous these times were for soldiers and common folk alike as well. There are a large number of documentaries around World War II, the Nazis and the Allied forces, but this one stands out to me as an exceptional documentary due to the expert knowledge of the narrators and the great use of original World War II footage, and also accurately depicting the military and political strategies deployed during this troublesome time. So if you're looking for an excellent World War II documentary on Netflix, then World War II in Color is my top recommendation for you. Lastly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do share, subscribe, and like this video, as I post videos on historical movies and TV shows on a regular basis. Thank you so much for watching.